Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're doing a deep dive into AI and human resources.
Yeah, it's a hot topic.
It really is, especially all the exciting ways AI is helping with hiring and training. But,
Right.
we're going to explore a side of AI that doesn't always make the headlines. The potential for these systems to make mistakes,
Oh, yeah.
especially when it comes to GPT models, like ChatGPT.
That's right.
So,
These GPT models, I mean, they are incredible tools,
yeah.
but they can sometimes produce what we call
Oh, yeah, hallucinations.
hallucinations.
Mm.
And that's when they give you information that sounds very confident, very convincing,
Uh-huh.
but it's actually completely wrong.
Wow.
And as you can imagine, this can be a real problem when you're dealing with, important HR decisions
Yeah.
that impact people's careers.
It's like following a GPS that takes you to the wrong address.
Exactly.
Frustrating. And potentially disastrous.
Totally.
So how can AI make such mistakes? Especially when it's being fed tons of data. I mean,
Right.
that's what's so mind-boggling.
Well, it comes down to the way these large language models, or LLMs, actually work.
Okay.
They're not thinking or understanding in the same way humans do.
Got it.
Instead, they analyze massive amounts of data to identify patterns and make predictions.
Okay.
So they're essentially, super-powered pattern matchers,
Yeah.
but they don't truly grasp concepts like human potential.
So they're kind of like those autocomplete features on your phone.
Yeah,
Just on a much, much larger scale.
exactly.
They predict what comes next based on what they've seen before, but they don't actually understand the meaning behind the words.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's where the problem lies.
Gotcha.
So let's imagine you're using a GPT model to help assess employees for promotion.
Okay.
It might look at someone's past performance reviews, project successes, and
Uh-huh.
even their communication style.
Okay.
But because the model doesn't truly get the complexities of human potential,
Mm-hmm.
it could end up making a recommendation that's totally off base.
All right, so let's make this
Yeah.
real with an example.
Yep.
Let's say we have Sarah, a recent college grad,
Okay.
who's been absolutely killing it in her first year at the company,
Mm-hmm.
glowing performance reviews.
Wow.
She's exceeding expectations on every project, and she's a total team player.
Okay.
Now, let's say the company is using a GPT model to help identify high-potential employees.
All right.
The AI gets all of Sarah's data,
Mm-hmm.
the good, the great, everything,
Okay.
and then it makes a prediction
Uh-huh.
that completely underestimates her potential.
Wow.
It slots her into a category for average performers,
Interesting.
even though all evidence points to the contrary.
Hmm.
Wait, so even with all that positive data, the AI could still mess up?
Yeah.
That's a bit concerning.
Mm.
What exactly is happening in the AI's quote-unquote brain when something like this occurs?
So imagine you're teaching a dog a new trick, right?
Okay.
You can show the dog the movements,
Uh-huh.
reward them for getting it right, correct them when they make mistakes.
Yeah.
But the dog is still learning based on a set of instructions and patterns, right?
Yeah.
They don't understand the underlying reasons for doing the trick.
I see what you're saying.
In a way that's similar to how these GPT models are learning.
Okay.
They get really good at identifying patterns.
Uh-huh.
They don't have the human capacity for understanding things like
Right.
motivation, creativity, or adaptability.
So in Sarah's case, the AI might be picking up on certain patterns in her data that, based on its training,
Right.
are associated with average performers.
Right.
But it's missing those intangible qualities
Ah.
that make her truly exceptional.
Yeah.
It's like judging a fish on its ability to climb a tree.
Exactly.
And this is why it's so important to understand the limitations of AI.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a powerful tool,
Yes,
but it's not a magic solution.
absolutely.
We need to use it carefully and be aware of its potential blind spots.
I agree.
So knowing our listener,
Mm-hmm.
they're probably already thinking,
Yeah.
all right, enough with the potential problems.
Right.
How do we actually fix this?
Yes.
Thankfully, there are solutions being developed.
There are.
Tell us about these grounding techniques
Okay.
that can help make AI more reliable.
So grounding techniques are designed to help AI models stay grounded in reality, so to speak,
Okay.
and avoid these hallucinations.
Gotcha.
One technique is called prompt engineering.
Okay.
It's like giving the AI clearer instructions so it's less likely to go off on tangents.
I see.
Imagine you're asking a friend for directions.
Yeah.
If you say, "How do I get to the park?"
Yeah.
They might give you a vague answer.
Right.
But if you say, "I'm starting at the library and I need to get to Central Park, what's the best route?"
Yeah.
they'll give you a much more specific and useful response.
So it's about framing the questions for the AI in a
Yes.
way that guides it towards a more accurate
Precisely.
and relevant answer.
Precisely.
Another technique is called external databases.
Okay. It involves giving the AI access to additional information beyond its initial training data.
Got it.
This helps it develop a richer understanding of the context.
Okay.
Think of it like this. If you're trying to solve a mystery, wouldn't you want access to all the clues?
Of course.
Not just a few random pieces of evidence.
Yeah, you definitely want the full picture.
Exactly.
So instead of just feeding the AI basic employee data,
Mm-hmm.
we can connect it to external sources.
Yeah.
Like industry trends, company policies, or even economic data.
Exactly.
Oh.
And this additional information can help the AI make more informed and accurate predictions,
Wow.
especially when it comes to things like employee potential or future performance.
Okay, these grounding techniques definitely sound promising.
Yeah.
But is there a way to tailor these AI models to a specific company's needs?
Absolutely. We can actually fine-tune these models.
Okay.
Imagine you have a talented chef.
Okay.
They have general culinary skills,
Okay.
but you want them to specialize in, say, French pastry. So you give them specialized training, and they become even better in that particular area.
I see.
It's the same concept with AI.
Okay.
We can fine-tune a model using a company's specific data,
Okay.
like their performance review criteria,
Gotcha.
promotion guidelines, and even internal mobility patterns.
So the AI becomes an expert in that company's unique way of doing things.
That's the idea.
Got it.
It helps the AI make predictions and recommendations that are more aligned with the company's specific context and goals.
Wow, this is all incredibly fascinating.
Yeah.
Are there any other techniques that really stand out to you?
There are two more I think are worth highlighting.
Okay.
One is called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or AG for short.
RAG. Okay.
This technique allows the AI to access and use relevant documents in real time, almost like having a research assistant at its fingertips. So, for example, if the AI is assessing an employee for a leadership role, it could instantly pull up the company's leadership competency framework or past performance reviews of successful leaders
Oh, interesting.
to make a more informed judgment.
So it's like giving the AI the power to double check its work
Yeah.
and make sure it's not missing any crucial information.
Yeah.
I love it. What about the last technique?
The last one is called Reinforcement Learning from Human Feedback, or RLHF.
Okay.
This is where humans play a crucial role in refining the AI's performance.
Oh, interesting.
Essentially, we provide feedback on the AI's outputs,
Okay.
telling it what it got right,
Gotcha.
what it got wrong,
Yeah.
and how it can improve.
So it's constantly getting feedback.
Yeah, it's like having a coach who's constantly giving you pointers and helping you refine your game.
I like that.
Yeah.
So the AI is constantly learning and evolving
Yeah.
based on human expertise and feedback.
Right.
It sounds like a powerful way to ensure the AI is aligned with human values and judgment.
Yeah.
But are these techniques a guaranteed fix for AI hallucinations?
While these techniques can significantly reduce the risk of hallucinations,
Okay.
it's important to remember that AI, even with these enhancements, is still a work in progress.
Gotcha.
We're constantly learning and refining these models,
Yeah.
but they're not perfect.
Okay, so back to our friend Sarah.
Yeah.
How could these techniques have prevented that initial misclassification of her potential?
Well, if the AI had been fine-tuned on the company's specific definition of high potential, it would have been less likely to make a generic prediction based on broad patterns.
Okay.
And if it had access to external data about, say, industry trends, valuing certain skills Sarah possesses,
Right.
that could have further refined its assessment.
Okay.
But ultimately, human oversight is still essential.
I was going to say.
Even with the most advanced AI, we need humans in the loop to ensure the final decision is fair,
Right.
accurate, and aligned with the company's values.
So it's about finding the right balance between AI's analytical power
Yes,
and human judgment and intuition.
absolutely.
That's a great takeaway for our listeners.
It is.
But before we wrap up part one of this deep dive, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier,
Okay.
the potential for AI to make mistakes that could impact someone's career.
Yeah.
What are some specific ways these hallucinations could play out in a real-world HR setting?
That's a great question, and it's one we'll explore in more detail in part 2 of our deep dive.
Okay, great. Looking forward to it.
Welcome back.
So,
Yeah.
as we talk more about these potential mistakes, It's important to remember that AI in HR isn't just about
Right.
avoiding those big, like, blunders, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's also about making sure AI is being used in a way that's fair and responsible for everyone involved.
I agree.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's not just about getting the right answer,
Right.
but about making sure the process itself is sound and ethical.
Exactly.
So let's talk about those real-world scenarios
Okay.
where AI could go wrong, even without a full-blown hallucination.
Right.
What are some of the subtle ways
Yeah.
these models could lead to unfair or biased outcomes?
Well, one thing to consider is that AI models learn from the data they're fed. And if that data reflects existing biases in the workplace, the AI might unintentionally perpetuate those biases.
Oh, wow.
So let's say a company has historically promoted more men than women to leadership positions.
Okay.
If that data is used to train an AI model for identifying future leaders, guess what might happen?
The AI might learn to associate leadership qualities with being male.
Exactly.
Even if those qualities are actually gender neutral.
Right.
And that could lead to the AI unfairly recommending men over equally qualified women.
Exactly. It's not that the AI is intentionally being sexist. It's simply reflecting the patterns it's observed in the data.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is why it's crucial to be very careful about the data used to train these models. And to constantly monitor their outputs for any signs of bias.
So it's not a set it and forget it kind of technology.
Well, absolutely not.
You need humans in the loop.
Yes.
To make sure the AI is making fair and impartial judgments.
Well, absolutely. And this is where the role of HR professionals becomes even more important. They need to understand how these AI systems work, what their limitations are, and how to interpret their outputs with a critical eye.
Okay.
It's not enough to just trust the AI blindly.
So HR professionals are becoming AI watchdogs.
Right.
Making sure these systems are serving the company and its employees in a responsible way.
Absolutely.
What are some other things HR should be looking out for?
Transparency is another big one.
Okay.
Imagine you're an employee who's been passed over for a promotion.
Yeah.
You know, the company is using AI to help make those decisions, but you have no idea how the AI came to its conclusion. That can be incredibly frustrating and leave you feeling powerless.
It's like being denied a loan.
Yes.
Without any explanation.
Exactly.
So you're left wondering what you did wrong.
Yeah.
Or how you can improve your chances next time.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important for companies to be transparent about how they're using AI in HR. Employees deserve to understand what factors the AI is considering, how it's weighting those factors, and how it's arriving at its recommendations.
So it's about making the AI's decision-making process more understandable to humans.
Right. It's about giving people the information they need to trust the system and feel confident that it's being used fairly. This might involve providing employees with individualized feedback reports based on the AI's analysis, or even creating tools that allow them to explore the data and see how the AI is making its calculations.
It's like having a behind-the-scenes look.
That's a great analogy.
At how the magic trick is done.
Yeah.
You might not understand all the intricacies, but you can at least see the basic mechanics and know that there's no deception involved.
Exactly. And this transparency is crucial not just for individual employees, but for the company as a whole.
Gotcha.
If people don't trust the AI system, they're not going to embrace it, and it's not going to be effective.
It's about building trust and confidence in the technology.
Yes.
And that requires open communication and a willingness to explain how the AI is being used.
Exactly. And finally, we need to think about accountability. Who's ultimately responsible when an AI system makes a mistake?
That's a good question.
Is it the developer who created the algorithm? The HR professional who implemented it? Or the company leadership who made the decision to use AI in the first place?
That's a really tough question.
Yeah.
It's like trying to assign blame when a self-driving car gets into an accident.
Right. And there's no easy answer.
Yeah.
The field of AI ethics is still evolving, and we're grappling with these corners of responsibility and liability.
Right.
But I think it's important to start by recognizing that AI systems are tools. Just like a hammer can be used to build a house or break a window, AI can be used for good or for ill.
Yeah.
The responsibility ultimately lies with the humans who are wielding those tools.
So it's about making sure that companies are using AI in a way that aligns with their values and
Yes,
that they're prepared to take responsibility when things go wrong.
absolutely. Companies need to have clear guidelines for using AI in HR,
Hmm.
establish oversight mechanisms to monitor its performance,
Okay.
and be prepared to intervene if the AI is producing biased or unfair outcomes.
Yeah.
It's not about replacing human judgment with AI. It's
Right.
about using AI to augment and enhance human decision-making.
It sounds like we're talking about a whole new set of skills and competencies for HR professionals. They
Absolutely.
need to be both tech-savvy and ethically minded.
Exactly. HR professionals are becoming the bridge between the technology and the people. They need to understand both the power and the limitations of AI
Yeah.
and ensure that it's being used in a way that benefits everyone.
This is all incredibly insightful.
It is a fascinating field.
It feels like we're really starting to see the bigger picture of how AI is impacting the world of work.
Absolutely.
But before we wrap up part two, I'm curious to know more about
Yeah.
what the future holds.
Okay.
What are some of the emerging trends and possibilities in AI and HR?
That's a great question, and it's one we'll delve into in part 3 of our deep dive.
Okay, great. Looking forward to it. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've covered a lot,
We have.
from understanding how these AI models can sometimes make, those mistakes,
Yeah.
to really unpacking the importance of using AI responsibly in the workplace.
It's critical.
But now let's look ahead.
Okay.
What does the future hold for AI in the world of HR?
It's really exciting to think about.
Yeah.
We're really just scratching the surface of
Yeah.
what AI can do. Imagine a world where AI helps you craft the perfect resume,
Wow,
tailored to each specific job you apply for.
that would be amazing.
Or an AI that analyzes your work style
Ah,
and recommends the ideal team for you to join,
interesting.
maximizing your productivity and happiness.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
Wow, those are some really cool examples.
Yeah.
I can definitely see how AI could personalize the employee experience
Right.
in ways we haven't even thought of yet.
Yeah.
But let's get specific.
Okay.
What are some of the advancements we're already seeing in AI for HR?
One area that's rapidly evolving is personalized learning and development.
Okay.
Instead of generic training programs, imagine an AI system
Okay.
that analyzes your skills, your interests,
Yeah.
and even your career goals
Wow.
to recommend tailored learning paths just for you.
Okay, so it's custom design
Yeah.
for each individual.
It's like having a custom designed curriculum
Mm.
that adapts to your individual needs and helps you reach your full potential.
So it's like having a personal career coach in your pocket.
Exactly.
That would be a game changer for employee development.
I agree.
What about the world of recruiting?
Yeah.
How is AI transforming that process?
Well, think about all the tedious tasks
Mhm.
involved in recruiting.
Yeah, like what?
Screening resumes,
Mhm.
scheduling interviews, even conducting initial assessments.
Yeah.
AI can automate a lot of those tasks,
Interesting.
freeing up HR professionals to focus on the human side of things,
Okay.
building relationships with candidates, creating a positive candidate experience,
Okay.
and really getting to know the people behind the applications.
So it's not about replacing human recruiters,
Yeah,
but empowering them to be more efficient and effective?
exactly.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And for job seekers, how can AI make their lives easier?
Imagine a job search platform
Okay.
that doesn't just show you a list of open positions, but actually understands your unique skills, experience, and aspirations.
Wow.
AI can analyze your profile
Mhm.
and recommend jobs that are a perfect fit for you, even jobs you might not have considered before.
That'd be really helpful.
It's like having a personalized headhunter working tirelessly on your behalf.
That would take so much of the stress and guesswork out of the job search process.
Right.
I love the idea of AI helping people find fulfilling careers that truly align with their passions.
Yeah, that's the goal.
What are some other areas where AI is starting to make a real difference in HR?
We're seeing AI being used for performance management,
Okay.
offering real-time feedback and coaching to help employees improve their skills and reach their goals.
Wow,
And
interesting.
it's being used to predict employee turnover,
Really?
identifying factors that might lead someone to leave the company
Oh, wow.
so that HR can intervene early and address those concerns.
So it's like a preemptive
Yeah,
kind of...
exactly.
Wow, that's fascinating.
It's all about using data to create a more engaged and productive workforce.
It sounds like AI is giving HR a whole new set of tools to understand and support their employees in a much more personalized and effective way.
Absolutely.
But with all these advancements, it's important to remember the potential downsides.
Right.
We discussed earlier. How can we ensure that AI is used ethically and responsibly as it becomes more deeply integrated into the world of work?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It really is.
We need to be having open and honest conversations about the ethical implications of AI in HR. And we need to be developing clear guidelines and safeguards to ensure that these technologies are used in a way that benefits everyone.
Right.
It's not just about the technology itself, but about the human values and principles that guide its development and implementation.
So it's about striking that balance between the power of AI and the importance of human oversight, transparency, and accountability.
Those are key.
We need to be mindful of the potential risks
Right.
while also embracing the incredible opportunities that AI offers.
Exactly. And as AI continues to evolve, we need to stay informed, engage in these critical discussions, and advocate for the ethical and equitable use of this transformative technology. The future of work is being shaped right now. And it's up to all of us to ensure that it's a future where humans and AI thrive together.
Well said.
Thank you.
And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive
It's been a pleasure.
into AI and HR. We hope you found this exploration insightful and thought-provoking.
I hope so.
Remember, as AI continues to advance, the most important thing is to stay curious, stay informed, and be part of the conversation shaping the future of work. Until next time.